So here's a project that I just completed. It's an information screen that I developed in the game engine Godot, and I'm running on a Raspberry Pi. It's similar to what you might get with a Google Nest or an Amazon Echo, but it's customized for exactly what I want to see for my area, and it doesn't have any tracking, no microphone, no spyware, nothing like that. So it's totally custom built. Basically a rainy day project for me. You can see here that I'm using it and I can see day and night across the earth and the tides from my area and things like that. It's a rebuild of a project I did back in 2018, 2019, about 6 years ago. You can see on the screen here. The problem with that one is the National Weather Service discontinued their current conditions APIs, so you can see an NA where the temperature should be. So they gave me a good excuse to rebuild the whole thing from scratch. It starts up with a simple shell script that pulls the latest version from GitHub and then opens it right up full screen. It's all written in the game engine Godot. So if you haven't heard of Godot, it's an open source game engine. It's an incredible piece of software, very easy to use. If you have any interest in making anything like this, I would highly recommend Godot. Even if you're coming from another game engine like Unity or like me, even coming from Pygame, Godot is just such a pleasure to use. Here I've laid out all of the nodes in the 2D workspace, which is a huge improvement over Pygame where I laid everything out manually. Another advantage is running it is super simple on the desktop, which was really difficult for me on Pygame because it was customized for the Raspberry Pi screen. So if I wanted to run it on the desktop, it became very difficult. I ended up having to build a server and then a couple different clients so that I could develop on the PC and then actually run it full time on the Raspberry Pi. Here are all the different nodes that I'm using. So basically in Godot, you build everything up from nodes, and you can see this is the forecast. This forecast is replicated 5 times for each different period. Here's the sunrise sunset section. The top has the placeholder for the image that I'm pulling off the web, and then the bottom is data that I'm pulling from the US Naval Observatory. I put the whole project on GitHub, so if you want to check it out, it's all open source right up there. This is also how I'm doing my deployment. So another great thing about Godot is everything is very simple in text format. So you can use version control, you can use Git. So that's basically the project. I hope you found this interesting. And if you have any suggestions for what I should put here, I'm thinking maybe I'll do something like the on this day in history from Wikipedia or an image of the day or things like that. But if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments below. Have a great day.